Hi, I'm Al.
And I'm Jeannie.
And we're cruising through life.
With Al and Jeannie.
Hi, welcome to Cruising Through Life with Al and Jeannie. I'm Al, and this is episode 1 of Ask Al. Today we're going to talk a little bit about things I wish I knew as a rookie cruiser. Little tips, suggestions, just things I didn't know before I went out cruising for the first time. I would like to ask if you feel you get any valuable information from this video, that you hit the subscribe button, hit the little notification bell off to the side as well, so you're notified when the next video comes out. And smash that like button if you really like what the content's here today. Our experience has been on Carnival Cruise Lines. The information is pretty standard for all cruise lines. So we'll kind of get started here, and we'll run through a few of the things I wish I knew as a rookie cruiser. You know, we've been on quite a few cruises now, and we've got quite a few more booked in the future. And it seems like we've always got a friend just about every day, if not weekly, asking us what's it like to cruise, or what do they have to do to cruise, or they're worried about one thing or another. One of the big things that come up is seasickness. I've been there, done that. I've been seasick before. Small fishing boat out in the middle of the Atlantic. It's not a good feeling, believe me. But every cruise ship I've been on, I've never been seasick. And, we've been in, I don't want to say some rough weather. The ship was moving pretty good, and I never had a problem. One of the things that you need to realize is these larger ships that are out there all have stabilizers in them. So even if you've been sick before, you very well may not be sick on a cruise ship. These stabilizers keep the ship fairly steady. You may feel a slight rock to the ship, but you're not going to necessarily feel any serious motion as you're going along. That's what the stabilizers are there for. Well, a couple of things that can help you if you are prone to seasickness, or you do feel you're prone to seasickness. You can book an inside cabin. You book an inside cabin, middle or lower, middle of the ship, lower decks. That area, as you go through rough weather, is a lot easier to deal with. It doesn't rock and roll as much. And once you've been out on the water a little bit, you're going to find you'll get your sea legs, so to speak. The movement, you won't feel it at all hardly, and even if you do, you won't be getting sick. So maybe if you get sick at the beginning of the cruise, you won't be feeling those same feelings at the end, or for that matter, the next cruise. The other thing you can do is you can bring some medications along that may help as well. They make little prescription patches that you wear behind your ear that kind of continuously feed medication. You can get those through your doctor, and I believe you can get them at some pharmacies as well too. There are a lot of over-the-counter motion sickness pills that you can get that usually last for about a 24-hour period. My wife has taken these a couple of times when she's either felt a little seasick or she thinks it may be coming on. They're such as Dramamine, Bonine. These are various ones that you can pick up at any drugstore and a lot of grocery stores as well. The only problem with some of these is that you may want to take them at night, because sometimes they cause drowsiness in some people. So you may want to be a little bit careful as far as taking them during the day. You don't want to ruin your trip. Some other things that they've talked about is eating green apples. Now I'd never heard of that. I did a little research on this and read about the green apple thing. I'd never tried eating green apples, but those are definitely available. Taking ginger products, now that is something that we have used. About a week or two before we go out, my wife starts taking the ginger pills, and maybe that's why she hasn't really gotten seasick. And again, the last cruise we were on, it rock and rolled a little bit, but it wasn't enough to make us sick. Another thing you see out there is seasickness bands. And you can get these seasickness bands. Again, you can buy these at pharmacies and such. And they give you, it uses acupuncture to help relieve some motion sickness. And just make it a little bit easier on you. So those are some options that you've got. A couple more things that we've got. For those of you cruising with children, they also have complimentary daycare, which is kind of nice. And you can feel comfortable leaving your kids in these daycares. They've got staff in there. That's their only job, is to take care of your children. They've got Club Ocean, which is for ages 2 to 11. It's ocean-themed activities where they're supervised based on their age groups. So you're not going to have 2-year-olds with 11-year-olds, but they are all in Club Ocean, but they are separated. They also have what's called the Circle C. This is a club for 12 to 14-year-olds. They have things like dance parties, games outdoors, movies, all of it supervised by counselors. They'll go on scavenger hunts, and you'll see them going around asking people where they're from in groups just to try to win the scavenger hunt, basically. And then they have Club O2, which is for 15 to 17-year-olds. And again, movies, music, sports, dances, all kinds of things for them to do. So feel free to bring your kids. They have something called the Night Owls, which is for kids that are 6 months to 11, basically. And this is available until 1 o'clock in the morning, so that you want to go out for a nice dinner and a movie, or dinner and a show. You can drop your child off at the Night Owls, and they'll take care of them and watch them, as long as they're 6 months old or older. There's a lot of free things. Speaking of shows, there's a lot of free things you can do on board ship. People don't realize they've got trivia shows, they've got bingo, they got karaoke, and you can sing or watch. I mean, watching is as much fun as singing with the karaoke. They got Broadway style shows, they've got live music, they got comedy shows, they got poolside competitions, deck parties. There is so much to do on board ship. One of the reasons that they call Carnival the Fun Ship, because of that. There's so much that you can do. And again, all of this is free. So if you are cruising on a budget, or if you're first time cruising and don't want to spend a lot of money, there's so much you can do out there that won't cost you extra money. You can pretty much go out and whatever you want to spend at the ports is what you're going to spend, and that's about it. And we've had to do that. I mean, it happens on a cruise sometimes. Staying connected, for some of you, I know it's very important that you stay connected with your family when you're traveling. Whether it be for anniversary, romantic, but you got kids at home, you want to stay in touch. They do have Wi-Fi plans, which aren't too bad, and the Wi-Fi is not the greatest, depending on the ship, is how good it is. But most cruise ships all have Wi-Fi. If you get the social plan, it covers, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, those type of things. And if you buy it before the cruise, it's $6.80 a day. If you buy it after the cruise, it's $8 per day. We buy one and we share it with my wife. Sometimes that's a pain in the neck because I got to kick her off, or she's got to kick me off in order to get on. But you can use Messenger and stay in touch with people back home. You can post things onto Facebook. It's just a nice little touch to have. Now, if you do want to get more into it, they do have what's called a value Wi-Fi plan. You get everything there, plus sports, weather, banking, finance. You can get all of that on there. That runs $10.20 a day for your cruise. Then they have the premium Wi-Fi, which covers everything, including Netflix, Hulu. You can get everything on there, music streaming, and that's going to run $14.45 a day pre-cruise. $17 a day if you buy it while you're on board. To me, I don't need those. I'm not here to sit on my computer all day. And if I do get on the computer, it's going to be on Facebook. I can get by with the cheap plan. Jeannie and I have had no problem doing that whatsoever, and we've actually enjoyed it. Another question that we get asked quite frequently about is the beverage packages. What can you get on board ship that's free? Do you have to buy a beverage package? We've done both. We've bought Cheers package, which on Carnival is the alcohol package. We bought the Bubbles package for our kids, which is the free sodas and such. But you really don't have to buy those either. If you're really cruising on a budget, everything is right there. You get your food. Along with your food, you've also got things you can drink that are for free. They've got non-bottled water. They've got lemonade. They've got unsweetened iced tea, hot chocolate, coffee, tea. You can bring your own water bottles to fill up. So it actually, there's plenty of beverages if you decide to go that route. Guests are prohibited from bringing water, sodas, and other non-alcoholic beverages aboard that are in bottles, however, though. Okay, so if you're going to bring this on board, you're going to need to bring it in cans. Like for Carnival, you are allowed, again, each cruise line is a little bit different, but for Carnival, you are allowed to bring a small quantity of non-alcoholic beverages such as sparkling waters, soda, juice, milk, packaged in cans or cartons. Again, no bottles. They will not allow you to bring on bottles. They will confiscate them. this must be all sealed and a maximum of 12 per person. So it have to be 12 ounces or less. So you are kind of limited to basically bring in pretty much cans of soda. What we do is we order water and have it delivered to the stateroom. It's like $4.50 for a 12-pack of water, if I remember correctly, and they charge an 18% delivery fee on top of that. Yeah, we order water and have it delivered, so we've always got water to refresh. Because again, you're out in the middle of the ocean, the sun is beating down. You need to make sure you stay hydrated. Besides drinking alcohol, you are prohibited from bringing alcoholic beverages aboard, with one exception. Again, this is on Carnival. And check with your cruise line before you go, because every cruise line is a little bit different. But guests are allowed to bring a bottle of wine on board at the beginning of the cruise. Those are guests that are 21 or older. It's a 750 milliliter bottle of wine that must be sealed and unopened. Wine or champagne, I should say. And you can have that in your carry-on luggage. What they will do is, again, they will check. So don't try to sneak any liquor in a wine bottle, because that will not work. They will check. They are very good about finding people who bring on alcohol, sneak on alcohol. Just know that when you do bring on wine, there is a corkage fee as well. And by a corkage fee, what they do is per the 750 milliliter bottle. On Carnival, you're going to be charged $15 if they open that in the main dining room or specialty restaurant or bar. So if you bring it there and they open it, they're going to charge you a $15 fee to open it. Of course, you can open that in your room. That's probably the way to do it. Any alcohol that you purchase in port will be stored by the ship for safekeeping till the end of the voyage. You don't get to bring that right up to your room. They retain it until the night before generally, and the night before they'll have it either delivered to your room or you can go down and pick it up. And a lot of times you can pick up alcohol cheaper in some of these ports than you can, because it's duty free basically, and you can get it much cheaper there and bring it home. You just can't drink it while you're on the ship. That's bottom line. For cruises that are 6 days or more, alcohol they will deliver to your stateroom the night before. Cruises less than 6 days, you do have to pick it up. You can purchase alcohol on board ship as well. The fun shops on board ship all sell alcohol. Any items that you purchase in the fun shop, again, they're held for safekeeping until the end of the trip. If cruises less than 5 days, they will keep those and give them to you in the morning when you get off. For cruises longer than 6 days or 6 days and longer, they will deliver it to your stateroom the night before. All products sold that have alcohol have a limit of 2 products per booking. So this means that the most that you can buy, alcohol, wine, champagne, beer, a pack or package is considered 1 product. Okay, along with that, in the fun shop, you can also order some stuff pre-cruise. You can order alcohol or anything containing alcohol, any 2 products per booking. And this includes alcohol, wine, champagne, beer. A package is considered one product. You can order that pre-cruise and have it delivered to your room as well, so you will have that in your room. But you need to order that pre-cruise. That's the big thing. Any alcohol that's pre-purchased through the fun shops for onboard consumption is designed to stay in your stateroom. You are not supposed to take that out to the pool or any of the dining room areas or anything else. Now, do people that bring their own water bottles maybe take some of that out? I'm not saying that they don't, but it's not what it's designed to be there for. So any alcohol that's purchased in the fun shop is designed to be purchased be consumed in your stateroom. Okay, we'll talk a little bit now about beverage packages that they have on Carnival cruise ships. Again, not every cruise line is identical, but they are very similar. So check on your cruise line as far as for price and what's included. With Carnival, the adult package, again, the pitter-patter of little feet is our dog Ralph that you seen at the beginning of the video. No matter what video we do, he likes to at least have his presence known. With Carnival, the Cheers package is the alcohol beverage program. It's $51.95 per person right now, and plus an 18% gratuity. That comes up to $61.30 per person per day. We've went both with the program and without the program. It's very nice if you want a peace of mind of knowing that everything is paid for prior to your cruise. Knowing that you're going out and you don't have to worry about at the end of the cruise settling a bar tab. because of that, it's very nice to have. We did find when we had the Cheers, we didn't use it to our advantage every day. The days we were in port, we found it a little harder to drink our money's worth, so to speak, on the Cheers package. Because again, it's $61.30 including the gratuity, but both people in the cabin, or everybody in the cabin that's over 21, has to have the Cheers package. So if one person has it, everybody has to have it. So for a couple, again, you're talking, $122.60 for the Cheers package, and you need to drink that much alcohol per day. And again, when you start talking about an 8-day cruise, now you're talking quite a bit of money as well. I will link in the comments below a spreadsheet and a video by some friends of ours, the Degenerate Cruisers. Jason created a great spreadsheet that tells you the exact value of the Cheers package, if you're going to get your money's worth or not, based on how many drinks you drink from the drink package. And I'll put that link in the description down below. And definitely give their video a check. He did a very good job on that. So now a little bit about that. All basically with the Cheers package, you get all spirits. That's including cocktails, cognacs, whiskeys, beer. They have some self-service beer stations, wine, champagne by the glass. Anything basically is $20 per glass or per order or less. I know when I was on the last cruise, we did not have it. I was drinking a double Grey Goose and orange juice, and it was like $10.95. So again, in order for me to get my money's worth out of those, I'm going to need to drink 4 or 5 of those a day, which is not necessarily that hard on a sea day when you're out or spending a whole day on board ship. But once you get on the ports and you go there and you may do an all-inclusive package there, or you're out in the sun all day, and it wears you out, you come back, take a nap, you're running out of time to start using up your drink package. Again, with Carnival, one of the other things is you do have a 15 drink limit for the alcoholic beverages. That means you can only get 15 alcoholic beverages per day. There's a lot of 15 drink challenges out there where people are trying to drink their 15 drinks every day. It's not as easy as it sounds. Some of the guys that drink beer have a little easier time with it. Now, something else to take into account when you do get the Cheers package is this also includes all sodas. So if you just want to have go and grab a Coke or a Pepsi, it's all included in there as well. Any zero proof frozen cocktails, such as smoothies or anything without alcohol, non-alcoholic drinks or juices, they're all included as well too. Something else that we found where we did use it quite a bit was the specialty coffees. It's nice. They do have a coffee shop on board that makes specialty coffees. It's nice to go down there and have 1 or 2 of those a day. You're getting, that also helps you get your money's worth. Included in the Cheers packages are also milkshakes, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic. They make some great alcoholic milkshakes that are outstanding as well too. Another thing that you get too is you can also get Rockstar energy drinks, Powerade, vitamin water, coconut water, tea. You can get huge 500 milliliter bottles of water that you could take take on shore with you, so you don't have to buy water at the when you go out in town. So you've got bottled water to take. With that, of course, you wouldn't need to buy pre-buy the 12-pack of water for $4.50 to put in your room, because you're getting bottled water. And so any other non-alcoholic beverages that you want, again, you can get those. You can get your drinks in your main dining room, the MDR, when you go for dinner. Any of the specialty restaurants, the steakhouse, the Italian restaurant, the Japanese restaurant, you can have drinks in those, and they're also included in the drink package. You show your card and it's all covered. You don't have to worry about it. Also, if you decide that you want to get something over $20 a bottle or a glass, maybe an expensive shot of brandy or cognac, you do get a 25% discount off the menu price on those as well. So, and same with bottles of wine or champagne. You can also get a discount on those at the MDR. Now we'll move on a little bit to non-alcoholic, especially for those of you that don't drink or those of you that are bringing children on board. Again, we had all the free things that I listed earlier for you, but along with the free things, the Bubbles plan is what they call it on Carnival cruise ships. The non-alcoholic drinks for the people who don't drink, or for if you have any children you're bringing along. This includes all soft drinks and sodas. So basically, anyone can go up to any of the bars or any restaurants, order soft drinks and sodas with the Bubbles package. They show their card and they get it for free. When we took our kids, you know, there was nothing, they would walk up either to a bar or whatever, say I want a Coke, to their Bubbles card, and they would get it. Very simple, very easy. Now again, without the Bubbles plan, without the Cheers plan, yes, you can still drink. You just go up to the bar, you order your drink, you sign it on your sign-in sale card, you leave a tip if you want to leave a tip, give them the slip. And to kind of give you an idea on tips, they do have a plan where you pay your tips ahead of time. It's $13.99 per person per day to pay your tips ahead of time, and that way you don't have to worry about paying any gratuities. So again, you take care of all of this before, you don't have any bill at the end. You can also, if you don't feel like you want to pay your gratuities, this $13.99 per day, and this is per stateroom. This can be paid at the end, or you can pay it beforehand, or if you really feel like you don't want to pay it, you just ask them to take it off your bill and you tip as you go. It's just a lot harder to tip as you go because you need to bring dollars or you're signing off on your slips. This $13.99 that they have, and it's $15.99 for suites, but $13.99, they spread this money amongst everybody, not just, you know, any certain staff. They spread this amongst the whole staff. So you can prepay the gratuities at the time of booking or any time up to the sale date. If you book directly with Carnival, you can pay it. If you book with your travel agent, you can pay it ahead of time. We've done both. So we usually like to prepay so we don't have to worry about it. I fully believe in tipping the staff. Most of these staff can use the money. They come from countries that aren't as well-to-do as ours. And they're out there and away from home for 6 months at a time at least. And I not only give them the gratuities, I probably over-tip because I give them one for, if I order a drink, I'll give them another $1. If I, you know, do something or they do something extra special, I'll give them more. Give our room steward cash as well. So the gratuities are to me, I think, very important to the staff, and I think it's very important for us as well. If, again, you're not satisfied with any of your service or with your service, you can have those gratuities taken off. It's not a mandatory charge. However, they will be put on unless you ask to have them taken off. Gratuities are going to be assessed on all guests with the exception of children under the age of 2. Are also added on to any dining options. So if you're going to eat in a specialty steakhouse or if you're going to buy any beverages, you're going to see an 18% gratuity added onto there as well. You do not have to add more tips onto that. Again, if you want to take it off, you can, but there's an automatic 18% gratuity that is added if you go to what's called the chef's table, which is a special dinner prepared by the ship chef for you and I think when we went it was about 15 other couples, maybe max, if that many. And it's a great dinner, something you should all try. That's another video. Make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bell so you get notified when that one comes out. Hopefully that will be out very soon. We have one more video that's got to come out, and then I'll be working on that one. Again, with the Bubbles plan or with the Cheers, that's all taken care of. You don't have to worry about settling anything at the end. Another thing that they have is you know, we get asked, do you have to eat at the main dining room every night? There's a lot of options to eat on board ship. In fact, very few people I know lose weight on board ship. Most gain weight on ship because of so many. We like to try out some of the specialty restaurants. I love eating in the MDR. The food there, the main dining room, the food is outstanding. But just on some of the Carnival cruise ships, they got Gigi's, which is a Japanese restaurant. Cucina del Capitano, which is the Italian restaurant. They serve all different kinds of pasta. And a little hint for those of you, the Italian restaurant is open for lunch, and you can get the same food at lunch for free that you would pay for at the Italian restaurant. Right now, I believe it's $15 per person at the Italian restaurant at night. The portions are bigger, the menu's a little bit larger, but at lunch, they make a great lunch with pasta. It's really good. They also have the steakhouse as well. Most ships is called a Fahrenheit 555. Right now, that's $38 to go to that per person. Well worth every penny of it. You will never regret going there and spending the additional money to eat at the steakhouse. We did that as well too. They'll come and serve it at your table. They put on a great presentation. The steaks are phenomenal. I think everybody should try it once at least. If you book on the first night of a cruise, you also get a free bottle of wine with your meal. And to be honest, the wine we got was great. So that was nice too. And I didn't mention earlier when I mentioned Gigi's, the Japanese restaurant, that's $15 as well. Now, some other questions that we often get from new cruisers is about the seating and dining, at early dining, late dining. What do you do? The dining options are really up to your taste. The early one, I believe, is around 5:45, if I remember correctly, or maybe even 5 o'clock. You would have to look on every ship. It is a little bit different. But then you're done by 6:30, done eating. The later dining one is a little bit later in the evening. And again, it takes you, plan on an hour at minimum in the main dining room to eat, because they're serving you all the courses. And again, you're able to sit down with friends if that's what you've set up for your set dining time at either early or late dining. The only thing that you have to take into account, like we like to do late dining because we like to eat later. But when you do that, by the time you're done, some of the shows have started already. So, on that day, maybe you eat at the buffet. They have a buffet that's open a majority of the day, and you'll never go hungry. The food is great in the buffet as well. Okay, along with the set dining times of early and late, you also have what's called your time dining or anytime dining. This is a great option for those that have other plans, don't want to necessarily have an early or late. Like with early dining, if you come back from the port a little later, you might miss your early dining time. With late dining, you might miss a show or two. With your time dining or anytime dining, you go when you feel like it, between about 5:45 and 9:30. You get a pager, and they'll page you sometime, they say, within 20 minutes. I've never waited longer than about 10. And they seat you at a table, and you get served and eat. You get the same food. Nothing has changed. The only thing that I would recommend, especially for that rookie cruiser, which is what we're talking about now, I would recommend going with a set dining time the first time at least. It's an experience you're not going to experience anywhere else. These people know your name. They remember your name. They remember your likes, your dislikes. Our son loved chicken. They would always remember to bring him chicken. They bring him 2 chicken breasts. Which also adds something that makes sure when you're in the MDR, if you like something, feel free to order it. You want 2 entrees? Order 2 entrees. If you're not sure which one you might like or dislike, get them both. And then try them, and then you'll see and find out. And the nice thing about the waitstaff is they will remember what you like and what you don't like. And so it's a really good experience to add to your cruising, to try the early or late dining time at least once. I love having one of the set dining times. We had anytime dining, and I just didn't care for it. It wasn't the same experience. We had a different waiter every night, different table every night. It is kind of nice just to know where it is you're going to sit. If you're sitting at a large table with other cruisers, you'll get to know all those people. If you're sitting by yourself, you're still going to get to see people around you every night that you ate dinner with the night before, whether it be the booth next to you or the table next to you or whatever. It's just a great experience having the set dining time. I think we'll probably do that more trips than doing the anytime dining. But just know that the anytime dining is there available for you if you want. Again, don't forget, in the MDR, eat all the food you want. Same thing, if you want 3 desserts, order 3 desserts. You want your dessert before your entree, order your dessert before your entree. They are there to make you happy, and these wait staffs will go out of their way to make sure you have a great experience eating in their dining room. The last thing I'd like to discuss a little bit about how you pay for it, because a lot of people just don't know. You could pay, whether you go through a travel agent or you go through Carnival.com, you can pay with gift cards. And these gift cards can be bought at a lot of 9,000 different retail locations: Kroger's, Giant Eagle, Hy-Vee, Safeway, Myers, Albertsons, Lowe's, Winn-Dixie, OfficeMax, Publix. They're all great places you can buy them, or you can even go on Carnival.com and buy them. So you can start saving in advance for your cruise and use those. I would recommend that you look at things like AARP. You do not have to be a member of AARP to buy gift cards from them, but you can buy them from them at a 10% discount. So I paid $90 for a $100 gift card. If my cruise is $1,500, I save $150 on the cruise. I pay for all my cruises, my excursions. I pay everything on gift cards that I can. And so that's something that I would look at. And occasionally AARP runs out of gift cards or denominations you're looking for. They usually have $100 or $500 gift cards. The last time I bought them, I had to buy 10 $100 gift cards instead of 2 $500s. And I'll just buy more as the time goes on. But it's much cheaper to buy the gift cards through somebody like that. And if you look, there are other places you can get discount cards as well too. But I would definitely look into getting the discount cards. You can apply your gift cards as soon as you get on board onto your onboard credits. If you want those on there to help pay for other things, you can just apply them right onto your onboard credits when you get there. Give them to the guest services. If you don't spend it all, I think at most we've been back 10 days and we've gotten a gift card back in the mail to use on the next trip. So it's been a really, really good deal using gift cards for us. And I would recommend that's how you buy your trip as well. You'll save a lot of money. I know Jeannie and I have used them every time. And again, you don't have to be a member of AARP. It's called AARP Rewards. I'll put a link down in the description down below for you. And it's worth checking out. You earn points by taking tests, or it's just fun little things, and those points are then converted over to buy the gift cards. So it's a pretty good deal. I mean, I played on it a few times and I've got more points than I'll probably ever use, so it's well worth it. But again, give yourself time. They do not have the electronic gift cards anymore because Carnival stopped those with AARP, so you have to get the hard gift cards. They do take about a week to 10 days to get in the mail, so give yourself plenty of time to get those. Plan in advance for it. Well, that's all I have for right now. We can wrap this thing up. I do want to remind you again to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when the next one out. Thank you for watching episode 1 of Ask Al. If you have any questions you would like me to check into, please put those down in the comments and I will look at every comment. And if you have any other questions, feel free to get a hold of us on our Facebook page, which again is Cruising Through Life with Al and Jeannie. Feel free to jump on there and join and ask questions there, and I'll gladly answer them on Ask Al in episode 2. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time on the high seas.